Welcome to Wellness Rebranded, the podcast for women ready to redesign their relationship with food, fitness, and feelings.
We are a registered dietitian, a personal trainer, and a mental health therapist. 3 experts, 1 mission.
To help you break free from diet culture, hustle culture, and emotional burnout, let's redefine what wellness really means on your terms. Okay, you guys, tell me if you relate to this. There's so many things that I want to do for my wellness in the morning. For example, I would love to get up and get in a good workout. I really want to meditate. I want to make a nice breakfast for
I
myself.
want to sleep more.
Oh,
Same.
okay, ladies, I was talking about once we were awake. I want to watch the first 20 minutes of the Today Show. I want to just sit and do nothing with my tea. And I perpetually have this problem of how on earth could I possibly do all of those things before I start my workday? And then I get irritated. And Tara, I think you have a solution to this problem that is going to make for interesting discussion today.
Yes, potentially, right? So, have you guys heard of exercise snacking?
Maria hasn't thought about these.
Come on, now you're going to embarrass me in front of everyone. Whatever comes to mind is that exercise snacking. What is it, like a snack that you have before, during, or after exercise? Or snack, what is it?
I mean, I like your idea.
Okay, I understand that this has a branding problem. Exercise snacks is not a great term for like what we're talking about here. So, exercise snacks are like little movement snacks that you incorporate throughout your day. Maria's face right now.
Okay, I see. So it's like little bites of exercise that you do as snacks. That's so wrong. We need to rename that.
So it does need a rebranding for sure, but the concept is really good. I often have people come to me who are like, "Hey, I do not have any time for exercise. Like I want to fit it in. I have all these best intentions of like I want to go lift weights and I want to do yoga and I want to do my cardio for heart health and I want to rest and meditate and stretch and all this stuff." But life be life in. Like it's really hard to fit all of these things in sometimes. So, a concept that's gotten really popular, especially on social media lately, has been exercise snacking.
Wait a second. I thought you invented this.
No, girl. I'm not the smart one, Elizabeth.
Wow. All this time I thought that you invented it.
No.
Invented what?
Exercise snacks. Now I hear it's like popularized on social media. Who knew? Okay, well, let's rebrand that crap.
Okay, what do you want to call it?
Send us your best ideas.
Nuggets of exercise.
Nuggets? I don't know that that's how I would rebrand it.
It's a work in progress. So yeah, for real guys, if you have a better like catchphrase for this, like by all means send me your best new title for exercise snacking. But bad branding aside, it's a great idea because oftentimes we can't fit all the things in and then we get overwhelmed and we do nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like this has been my MO for like years. When I started working out, I had this idea that it's like, okay, so I need to go to the gym. That's a 15-minute drive. And then I want to do an hour of weights because duh. And then I also need like cardio for heart health. So that's like at least 30 minutes. So I'm like at an hour and 45 minutes. And then I need to stretch. So that'll be like 15. And then shower. And if I don't blow dry my hair, okay, so I'm at like 2.5 hours and then 15 minutes to get home. So, okay, like 3 hours and I'll be done. Like, who has that kind of time for a workout? Like, nobody has that, right? So, the idea of breaking up our workout,
Let's be honest. Sometimes even an hour or 45 minutes feels like a lot of time that we don't have.
yes. Guys, I'm going to tell you, currently my workouts are never longer than half an hour. Like, and that's that I work in a gym, so I don't even have any commute time. Like, sometimes that's all I can fit in. And you know what? It's perfect. It fits with my life. I'm able to do it consistently, which is literally the most important part. And I'm doing good things for my body. So, like, that is what it is. But for those of you that are coming from a spot where you are stressing about how to fit in all this stuff, exercise snacks is a really good choice.
Hi, I'm Alice Ann Loftus, the founder of Leading Lady Coaching, As a business coach, consultant, and leadership expert, I help high achieving women build successful, sustainable businesses without burnout. With years of experience as an entrepreneur, I know firsthand the challenges women face in business and leadership. That's why I'm passionate about empowering women to step into their confidence, create businesses that work for them, and lead with both strategy and heart. Through my coaching, online communities, and live workshops, I provide the tools and support you need to thrive, not just in business, but in life. If you're ready to take the lead and build a business that truly serves you, I'd love to connect. Visit www.leadinglady-coaching.com and follow me on Instagram and Facebook for daily inspiration and expert advice. Let's make success feel as good as it looks.
So let's get into it. What is an exercise snack? It's movement that's like 5 minutes or less. If you want to be ambitious, you could have like a big snack and do 10 minutes. Yeah, fill your plate a little bit. But like 5 minutes is plenty. So,
And immediately there's so many people out there thinking, what the heck is the point of that?
yes, people ask me that all the time. And a really interesting thing to kind of like keep in mind when you do exercise snacks is Tabata. I don't know that we've ever talked about Tabata on the podcast. Maria has done it. She's a huge fan. Don't let her fool you. She does love it. Her expression right now. So Tabata was created in Japan by a researcher named Tabata back, 50 years ago. And he discovered that 4 minutes of all out intensity done 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off was equivalent cardiovascularly to doing a 20-minute like run outside. So the people that are like, oh, I don't have 20 minutes to go run, they could do a 4-minute Tabata and see very comparable results.
And just to clarify, you mean 4 minutes as a standalone thing was the same results?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you have 4 minutes, you could get like very similar results to a 20-minute cardio outside.
I bet that wouldn't mess up my hair as much either.
You would think that, but I get pretty freaking sweaty in a Tabata. Because here's the like caveat. Tabata is all out intensity. So if you were like on your bike, for example, your Peloton, you would have to go like 20 seconds of like a full on sprint, which is hard to do. And then you'd get a 10-second rest. And then you would do another 20 seconds sprint and then a 10-second rest, right? But it's only 4 minutes. So I think mentally, most of us go, I can do 4 minutes. Like I have 4 minutes. I can do anything for 4 minutes. We can do this.
So where does one find a 4-minute Tabata exercise snack video or something like that?
Excellent question, Elizabeth. I do have a lot of Tabatas actually on my Instagram. So if you guys follow me at Terra de Leon Fitness, you can see them there. But YouTube is full of Tabata stuff. Peloton also, I'm sure, has Tabata stuff in their library. So I would type in like 4-minute Tabata on whatever modality you want to do, like whether it's body weights, running, biking, whatever.
I seem to have a lot of questions today, but I'm wondering about warming up. Like you just suddenly do this intense 4-minute thing?
Yeah, so warm up is always recommended, but for something like a body weight Tabata, if you're gonna do like squats or push ups, something like that, I would just jump into it. Like you're not gonna go so hard in 4 minutes of body weight squats that like bad things happen. If you were outside like sprinting in your neighborhood, totally do a warm up because sprinting when you're cold is absolutely how injuries happen. But back to exercise snacking.
We digress.
It is on topic because Tabata, by definition, is a snack. It's 4 minutes long, 3 minutes and 50 seconds, really. So it totally works. But here's what I would do if I were overwhelmed with my life and I wanted to fit some movement in and I wasn't really sure where to start. I would wake up in the morning and, like, before I even knew what was going on with my life, I would do like 10 squats, 10 push ups, and 10 Russian twists. And then I would keep it going for 5 minutes. I would just repeat the circuit like squats, push ups, Russian twist, squats, push ups, Russian twist. And in 5 minutes, then I would just be done. Right. And if that's the case, you've gotten a good resistance training workout in for the day. Right.
Okay, I do have a question. Can a snack also be, for example, in my house, there are exactly 15 steps going from the lower level to the first floor. But who's counting? Can a snack be like I decided that I'm in my house and I need to go upstairs and I go up and down for 3 minutes and that's my snack and then I keep going with my life and then the next
I've actually done that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have. Why does that look like yes, you have? Exactly. No one is surprised. So does that count as a snack? Is any movement? So if I dance for, 3 songs or two, because if it's like 4 minutes, whatever, let's say I play 2 songs, dance my life out or off or however you say that for 2 songs, that's a movement, is an exercise snack.
Yes, I literally was making my son his birthday breakfast this morning, waffles and scrambled eggs. Today he's 5. So this time 5 years ago, I was not having nearly this much fun. But while it was playing, a really fun song came on, and we stopped and had a dance party in the kitchen. And I totally was out of breath and mildly sweaty, and it totally counts. Like exercise doesn't have to suck, you guys. I think we have in our mind that we're like, oh, we must go down to the basement and do our things, and has to be an hour, and it has to be this and that. But like a dance party totally counts as exercise.
Well, a refrain I love to share with my clients all the time is "it counts," and I've actually written multiple messages and emails about this because I think people think, "Oh, that it doesn't count if I didn't do 45 minutes on the treadmill, or it doesn't count if I don't know, had a bagel for breakfast and somehow countered everything I ate later in the day." And like, no, it doesn't work that way. Every small bit, it counts. It counts. It counts. It counts. Yeah.
And that's something I learned from you, Elizabeth, and I appreciate it because I used to be one of those people that said, if I'm not going to get up and do half an hour of movement or exercise, then why I'm not even doing so. I'm one of those people that I'm like, if I don't have 30 minutes, then I don't do it. But now, like I was laying down on the pool in the lounge chair last week, and I started doing, how you call this one? Like the clam? What is that? And I started doing some clam, whatever. And or I was in the pool.
Clamming at the pool.
Yeah, but then I was clamming outside the pool. But then I went inside the pool, and my 11-year-old wanted me, wanted to spend time with me, so I did like a piggyback in the pool. But then I started carrying her around and walking, and I'm like, this counts, right? Like walking in the water. That it's so I did some leg movement there. That's a snack, a pool snack.
Yeah, same. Like a lot of times people, it comes up with food if it's not homemade from scratch, then it doesn't count as healthy eating. Yeah, it does. That bag salad, it counts.
Absolutely. I think that we put a lot of like shoulds all over ourselves, right? And in reality, like every little bit is going to help us. I think of this like when we brush our teeth. We don't just go to the dentist twice a year and be like, clean my teeth. We brush a little bit every day. So to me, it just feels like instead of waiting.
Maybe it should be called exercise flossing.
Ooh, you know what? It's still a work in progress, guys. It still needs a little bit of rebranding. And so here's another way. Elizabeth is dying today, you guys. Here's another like little sciencey piece to why I love exercise snacks, because after you eat anything, but especially a meal, it is helpful to like walk for 5 to 10 minutes. We've talked about like fart walking before, and this is like kind of similar, right? If we're doing a little exercise snack. Wait, they're looking at me like we've not talked about fart walking. I don't think we did.
What? Remember we said we were going to do an episode on it, but I don't think we ever did. And Maria's face confirms it.
No, wait, I mean, I'm thinking me as a second language. I heard fart, but it wasn't fart. So fart walking. It is fart. Okay, what does that mean? You fart as much as you can while you walk.
Yes, after meals.
Oh, okay, yes.
It's that you fart as much as you can. It's that you go for a walk and you might happen to do that while you're walking, and that aids
It
digestion.
sounds like a relieving walk.
Very relieving.
I'm outside.
Walk alone.
And outside.
So apparently we've not done an episode on fart walking, but I might see that in our future. Going for a little walk, just 5 minutes, you guys, after meals, has been shown to really help improve our blood sugar. So if you're someone who's a little bit concerned about some blood sugar issues, pre-diabetes or anything like that, like this could be helpful for you. I know, like I've said on the show before, that I have polycystic ovaries that puts me at more risk for developing diabetes and metabolic syndrome and things like that as I age. So like that's definitely something that's on my radar. So getting in little walks here and there throughout my day is a really good way to help me regulate blood sugar. So adding 5 minute walks after breakfast, lunch, and dinner is not really that much time, but the benefits are huge.
It's also a great way to de-stress, frankly. If you're having a really stressful workday, being able to stand up for 5 minutes and get some movement in is good for mental health and stress management.
Absolutely. I love movement because exercise releases endorphins, and endorphins make you happy, and happy people just don't kill their husbands. So, Legally Blonde, Elizabeth. Um, so getting in like little 5 minute chunks of movement throughout the day, is just gonna help with your mood in general. For me, I deal with some anxiety. I find that it's helpful for that. Like this definitely is a good thing. But I want to be mindful to talk about the people that are going to be stressed by thinking, oh, I have to do 5 minutes of resistance training in the morning and then walks after every meal and then 5 minutes of stretching or yoga before bed and then like a meditation as I'm falling asleep. Like, this is not another thing to add to your to-do list. This should just be a thing that's like, I have 5 minutes, or I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'm going to prioritize myself right now.
I think also it's a strategy, right? For those days when maybe you don't have time to do the workout you normally do, or if you're someone who's not so sure about movement, it's a great way to experiment with it or dip your toe in without a lot of pressure. And it's not going to be right for everyone, right?
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be one or the other or every day. You can mix it up, and it's just meant to sort of be a helpful tool in your toolbox.
Absolutely.
Or it can be like, how you say, like folded or merged into whatever you do every day. Like, again, if you're laying down, getting some sun, maybe you do some of those clamps for a little bit. Or if you're walking to the supermarket, like sometimes I've done it walking on my tippy toes just to exercise my whatever this muscle is. What is, okay, what that? Your calves, yes. And then I walk on my tippy toes, and I do it because, yeah, that counts, right? So you can just bring it into whatever you're doing day to day.
It counts. So can I introduce you to my response to exercise snacks, which are, drum roll, nutrition nudges.
Way better branding.
I don't know if I made it up or not, but I think we can introduce the same concept of nutrition, and you can just look for these little opportunities to just give yourself a nudge in the direction you want to go. So maybe you throw a handful of beans on your salad, or maybe you add some vegetables in with your eggs, or maybe you choose a high protein yogurt for your snack, or just look for little tiny ways instead of thinking about having to overhaul everything or make big sweeping changes or spend a whole bunch of time preparing, some elaborate something. Just look for what's the nudge, like what's the tiny way you can add in a little bit of nutrition.
Okay. What about like mindful minis? Like a mini mindful. So exercise snacks, your nutrition nudges. Okay. Mindful minis. Those little things.
Mindful minis or mindful minutes?
No, minis, like MINIS. Like a mini minute, mindful minutes. Uh-huh. That maybe you do that intentional deep breathing, just 3 deep breaths, and you keep going. Maybe it's looking out the window and appreciating, how the sun rays are, on top of that tree. That's mindfulness, and it's 2 seconds. It adds up, it counts, and it helps with your mental health. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for coming to Maria's TED Talk.
Guys, so I the idea of mindful minis and nutrition nudges along with exercise snacks. And I think that the way to make this the most successful for people is to habit stack it. So think about like what's the thing that you already do that's part of your routine and where can you like habit stack that? So, um, I drive over the South River Bridge every single day pretty much, and my habit is to like glance at the sunset or at the clouds or whatever is happening in the air over there. I like the view. And as I do that, I usually think like, oh, I'm so grateful to live somewhere so beautiful. Right? Like I have a gratitude practice, and that's part of my like mindful minis that I add to my life. I've been doing the exercise snack thing now for like 2 weeks just to try it out on myself. Before before I wrote my clients into it. And I have to say I love it. I'm still doing workouts in the gym, but on days that I don't do that, like taking a 5-minute walk after breakfast, or adding in a little circuit or some stretching and mobility has been really helpful for me. And I'm looking for places where I can habit stack it. So, like after I brush my teeth, I do my mobility. As soon as I eat breakfast, I go for my walk. So like look for little things that are consistent in your life where you can add those things in. Like Elizabeth's is really easy, right? Meals, that's the habit. The habit is I'm about to eat something, right? So then how can we make that just a little more healthful? But for exercise snacks and mindful minis, might have to like look at your life and see what fits in best there. But overall, if you do these things, I think it's going to be really helpful to your overall health. And I would love to hear from you if you've tried this and you love it or if you hate it.
Love it.
Okay, so Maria's on board, but let us know. We would love to hear from you. Hey friends, Tara here. Every Friday, I send out a fun little email packed with fitness tips, podcast recaps, upcoming events, promos, and whatever else I think will make your life a little bit better. It's quick, it's helpful, and honestly, it's way more fun than your average fitness newsletter. Sign up once and boom, you're in the loop. Link in the show notes. See you there.
Thank you for listening. If you want to connect with me outside of this podcast, you can find me on Instagram at coaching_therapist.
I'm Elizabeth. You can find me at Elizabeth Harris Nutrition or in my Facebook group, Health and Healing with Intuitive Eating.
And I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Tara DeLeon Fitness. Guys, if you loved this episode or any of our other episodes, we would love it if you would leave us a review on Apple Podcast. It really, really helps us get the non-diet word out to the rest of the world. So please leave us a review.
Yes, thank you.